Hi, I'm Andrew, and I chose for the career profile marriage and family educator. Now, that's definitely not what I want to do for my career. I want to be a marriage and family therapist, but as we had to choose just a bachelor's for this one, I went with parent and family educator um, because I wanted to kind of choose something that sounded similar to my career, something kind of working with a similar group, and also I wanted to choose something that really involved something with teaching, with helping other people by working with them individually, because I love teaching, everything about teaching, and I think that that's one of the most important things that we're here to do is to teach other people and help other people. And I think that within the family, that's one of the most important things that we can do. So the example organization that I chose is called Four Oaks, and it's a program it's in Iowa, and they've got tons of locations all over Iowa. Now, the basics of the occupation of a family educator are to assist the parents in understanding the development of their child. So, in other words, to um, educate them on what's happening with their child and how their child is going to develop or is currently developing, so that they can be prepared and understand what tools they have to work with their child. And then, speaking of tools, parent and family educators also teach approaches to behavior management. And so, again, this is kind of giving the parents the tools that they need to work with their children. Parent educators also serve as an advocate for the child and family in stressful situations, as well as in transitional situations as well. The work environment, um, as far as the organization goes, the size there really depends on the employer, and lots of parent and family educators are self-employed, and so it really kind of depends on them too. Which kind of going to the benefits of the the organization that you're with, it really does depend on your employer with that as well. And if you're self-employed, then clearly it's going to be just on a totally different level. Um, but as far as the environment itself and how things go is a lot of parent and family educators, not all, but a lot, make actual home visitations, meaning they go to the person's home, they deal with the people on a personal level, individually, right there in their home, and the basic hours that they have kind of reflect the needs of the client's schedules. So really, kind of whatever the clients need, whenever they need to meet, is kind of when the parent and family educator is going to need to adapt and to fit that time. The educational requirements really depend on the employer. I saw a few of them that said only an associate's is necessary. Usually, however, a bachelor's is required. A parent and family education license, a lot of the companies said that it's required, but it's actually not necessary. There were quite a few that suggested that it wasn't necessary, but it's helpful, that it gets them to kind of take a better look at you, but not necessarily you don't have to have one. Recommended majors for your schooling would be something along the lines of early childhood social work, human services, education, psychology, nursing, and I think obviously home and family, the marriage and family studies major, definitely is applicable to that. Another thing that was highly recommended is extensive experience in counseling. And so, again, not required, but something that really helps employers to take a better look at you. Now, kind of the stresses of the job include the flexible schedule that can be erratic, possibly, um, as well as tension that can be within the families of the clients, depending on what they're going through, what stage they are in life, what's happening. It can be really a lot of tension and stress within the family that they're working with. There's really no clear advancement opportunities in the career. You're pretty much stuck where you're at unless you want to try something totally different. And then the last thing is just that there's very low pay, and we'll take a look at that in the salary. Um, the general starting salary is kind of somewhere around 11,350. That's kind of the general range where I was able to find. The experience salary is somewhere between $30,000 and $35,000. And here are my information sources. These are kind of the main websites that I use to gain some information on this career. And finally, I wanted to throw in a quote. I thought this was a really cool quote, and it really applies to teaching. This is Benjamin Franklin. He says, "Tell me and I forget, teach me and I remember, involve me and I learn." And so I think that in everything that we do, we need to be involving people and trying to help people to apply the things that we're teaching them.